Hey y'all, welcome back to City Skylines. This is Cliffside Bay, and this is my Plaza Shopping. It's actually the Statue of Shopping, but I decided to call it the Plaza Shopping. And this is the fruits of my labors of what I got done last week. As you can see here, lots of detailing and finished my modern kind of new downtown. There we go, with the only few buildings I've got at my disposal. It looks a little bit like that, and lots of detailing, and you can watch the previous episode to see what I put in there and what I got done. So this week should I say this week or this episode? Because I never know these days if it's actually been a week between the episodes, that kind of thing. But yes, this episode we're going to do this little area here. So I'm going to promise you something a little ambitious. It's going to be absolutely tricky. And it's going to involve our little buddy here, the Eiffel Tower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all this area, smooth it all out, and then I'm going to shift the buildings of importance and relevance, like these little things here. Come out of here. There we go. We got it. And then I'm just going to move them over here, out the way, and then we're going to start building on here. So that's going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be quite stressful, I guess, for me trying to work this out. I'm doing this without planning yet again. The only plan I've got is I'm going to put the Eiffel Tower right back, slap bang in the middle there. So yeah, I'll see you after all this. Okay, there you go. Everything is deleted, the land is smoothed out, and all the buildings are disgracefully placed. There we go, all over there, all bunched together. So yeah, let's see if we can come up with an idea. So what I want to do is kind of have the Eiffel Tower here, but I don't want to have all the roads running underneath it. So I want to keep it as a kind of an interchange. So maybe I'm creating, for the very first time, the Eiffel Tower downtown interchange. That's what I'm going to call it for now. So let me delete this road. Don't want to keep that. Let's convert this one to a bigger road. I'm thinking this one here with trees would be okay, I guess. See if that fits in. That does. Okay, convert all of this. Oh, that's yeah, let me smooth that out. Not quite smoothed out everything I want to smooth out, so let's do that right now. Yeah, so this is going to be absolutely ambitious, and because I'm doing this on the fly yet again, which is standard for me, I really like to punish myself, don't I? So yeah, it's going to be absolutely tricky, but hopefully I can get it working. Oh, that's better. There we go. I like that. And then this road we're going to carry on down and go under the Eiffel Tower somehow. So I got to work out how to do this. So this is where it gets all tricky and all that. So I'm going to use this road here as my basic measuring road to work things out. 160. Yeah, well, okay, 160. I'm going to have to delete under here because, I don't know. Let me put a little bracing road here. Delete under there. That'll give me a proper clearance to get a good runoff when I'm going underground, that kind of thing. So let's work it out from here. So what I'm going to do is, if I use this as a little guideline here, I want the roads to start going underground from here. So maybe there and there. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to the 3-lane one-way road. And there we go. Now, the reason why I deleted it that far back is because sometimes it's not very forgiving. It won't allow you to do kind of stick in shorter sections of road. It likes you to have a good run-up. That's what I've discovered. Okay, perfect. I'm okay with that. So yeah, we want it to go underground from here. That's my whole idea behind this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off, let me work this out. Let's put that on minimum strength. I'm going to keep just the angle. I'm going to take off the rest. That should give me more freedom to go underground. And what I'm trying to do is, there we go. As soon as it activates is when I'm going to click on the button. Oh, that's a little bit longer. Let me try that one again. There you go. That's a little better. I like that. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of cool. So now what we want to do is get this one to go underground as well. I'm thinking this is going to be the first one. And then this one's going to go over the top of this. So it's going to be kind of tricky, but I think I'll be able to do it. I think so. So let me make a provisory above ground, please. Thank you very much. A provisory center point where the Eiffel Tower is going to go. So I'm going to put the road there. Oh, that's not my... Yeah, here we go. I'm back on farm now. I'm choosing the wrong streets. There we go. Perfect. And then maybe let me go there. So the center would be kind of here, I guess. There we go. That works. I'm going to take off my snapping points. What I want to do is I'm going to try and get see the edge of the blue line. Well, not the blue line, but with the blue edge of where this road's going to go. I'm trying to get it to be parallel with the gray little lines for the tiling squares. Like that. Because if you put the snapping points on, it will just snap at a different angle. And you can see the node is actually moved over now. So, above ground. Thank you. This game. And then I continue like that. My snapping points back on, and I don't have to worry about it moving to the side. And there we go, and we can put that there. And this is going to be the center. So I'm going to have the Eiffel Tower somewhere in here. Now, what I need to do is work out how to put that there. But I also want to work out how I'm going to connect all these back in. So let me go... Put a little proviso road, I think maybe here. Yeah, that might work. So, and delete that road. What we're going to do, we're going to place this road down here just for now. We're going to place that road back in just like that, And then we're going to try and go down from there. We've got this as the center point, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, what I need to do is go down quite severely. That's 3. I've gone down 3 times. I'm going to go down another time. So that's a total of 4 times. Hopefully that'll give me the clearance. Yeah, there you go. Okay, next thing is we're going to put a road kind of here. Not too sure how far I want to put it. I want to maybe get around there to give me more leeway to play around with things. There we go. So I'm going to have a road here like that, and delete that and that. So let's match that road in with here just for now, just like that. Then what I need to do is I'm going to have to find a way of jumping the power from here to the Eiffel Tower. So what's the best way of doing that? I think what I could do is put in maybe some plazas that would help jump the power. So that's going to kind of determine how I design all this. So this is going to be kind of interesting and kind of difficult, I guess. So let's work this out. Let's go down. Have a look. See here. 360. Okay, I'm going to put a little road there. Put you in there like that. Now, can I get a plaza in here? And I also want to have I want to have a road running down here as well. Well, let me temporarily put you there. So let's look at the plazas. We got these versions. We're going to go for the tiny one. Oh, I can fit that in just there. That's interesting. That'll work. Okay. We can have that going up there like that. That's interesting. Let me put a little road here. 120. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now can I convert that into a bigger road in case I need to? Go with this one here. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's not going to fit in. Okay, so let me do a little bit of changing. I'm going to manually place this one in myself. And hopefully we'll get it working. I'm going to relay this road again because it looks kind of odd. There you go. I've removed the broken tiles. So there we go. Now I can get better measurements. It's kind of weird how the game does that. So I want the road to go, oh, okay, this is perfect. Okay, no, I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this road in here. So this is one way of connecting into the road. Like that. Hopefully I don't destroy that if I come at this angle here. There you go. So that's one way of connecting into here. And this road is going the wrong way, obviously. So I'm going to have to change that around, but I'll change that around later. So that's kind of cool. So there to there. Let me put that on straight. There to there is 360. Okay. 280 from there. Okay. It's just about there, I think. So let's do the same with this one. There you go. Looks kind of similar. So that'll work for me. Okay, so this is let me carry this road on down the end here. And because I want to put the Eiffel Tower somewhere in here, I'm going to have to remove this. Now, let me think. We put another road in here. What I want to do is make some sort of ornate garden design. So, yeah. Put a road here? I can. Can I put a road here? I can. Okay. Now, do I like that? I do like that. That's okay. And then what we do, we just carry this all the way along here, like that. And then you at the correct angle, I don't know. We'll find out. Yep, that's okay. So we can have some sort of ornate garden design there. So what we'll do, we'll mirror this side here. So that is 360. Okay. Is that 360? It is. Perfect. There we go. That's okay. I think we'll move this one in there and we've got a little gap on the outside. Yeah, that's okay. Perfect for me. Perfect. So I guess what we need to do is delete that little piece here. Let's carry this road all the way down here. And this one here. Now this one, yeah, this mirror what we got here. So maybe I've got to move this yet again because of the collision. So put this there and go back to this road here. He says, looking for it. There it is. And there we go. So that's kind of cool. So we got this kind of design here. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe I can come up with a similar kind of thing that I did over here with the kind of design of the streets here. This kind of thing. This is what I'm thinking of. So there we go. So we got that. So what we need to do is find a way of getting the Eiffel Tower kind of in here. But what I want to do is I want to leave it with some gaps so I can do some detailing around the edges of it, that kind of thing. So maybe if I put it in here, let's see how it looks. I'm not too sure if I've made a big enough area for it. I have not. Okay, I kind of thought that. How's that looking? That's looking perfect. Yeah, I like that. We got a little tile there for detailing. So really what I need to do is slip this road over by one tile. That's what I'm thinking. Well, that's kind of lucky that I put this street here because look, there's actually a couple of stops there that I deleted on accident. So that's pretty cool. There we go. That looks good. What I want to do is have a little piece of detailing up here as well. So can I move this? Let me see. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it instead. Let's replace this road here. There we go. And then we just need to put a road down here because you see this got no connection. Delete that little piece there. It doesn't interfere when I'm doing this. So how far away can I go? Can I go there? Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. So really happy with that. It's coming along. It's coming along. So let's see. What else can I do? Am I happy with this? I think I am. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, why not? Let's be happy. You can go in there like that and match up with that. There we go. Well, let's carry this street all the way down here. And like that. There we go. So we've got that so far. So that's kind of interesting. But that's not really going to help because I've now got to place these roads underneath here. So it's going to be tricky yet again. So yeah, let's go back to the one-way 3-lane street, which is this one here. Okay, let's go underground, see what we got. Okay, Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, just interesting. Oh, that is perfect. It's actually going over the top. There we go. That's kind of cool. And let's get that one going down there like that. There you go. Absolutely perfect. So that's the whole reason why I kind of went down as low as I could so I can get things to go over the top of them. Kind of like that. There you go. So it's kind of working out better than I thought. I thought it was going to be trickier than this, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm stress-free so far. Yeah, I don't believe it, but yeah. Okay, so let's try and replicate this road. Let me go above ground, please. You stop doing that game. So yes, to replicate this on this side here. So there we go. We have the Eiffel Tower interchange, and it's still downtown. That is kind of interesting. I'm kind of pleased with that. So yeah, where do we go from here? So I think what we need to do is I want to keep the flavor, the theme of this being downtown. So what I want to do is keep this kind of ornate, lots of ornate gardens maybe, and also do a lot of zoning, that kind of thing. So yeah, you know, filling it up with high density buildings and making it into, well, we've got to continue the interchange because we got the streets going up and down here, but where are they coming out? So that's what we got to work on, the extra connections. Let me think now. This is kind of, yeah, this is drawing my attention. We got to these subway stops. I think these are subway stops. So what I'm thinking is we put a subway here, maybe 2 subways here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to make this into some kind of subway plaza, something like that. So how far down do I want to go? Let me put all my snapping points back on. Okay, as it stopped there, we're going to stop it there. There we go. I am the champion of just go with it. Now I notice if I go underground yet again, I notice that it's going to clip in with these kind of tunneled roads here. So yeah, I'm going to have to do something a little different with the subways. So yeah, that's going to be kind of inventive and crazy as usual. Let's delete that. Don't need that. So I'm going to have a subway either side, I'm thinking. So let me find that one that I moved over, which is here. I'm going to put you here. You look okay there? You look okay there. And let's put another one in on the opposite side. Are you going to fit in there? You are. There we go. And you can see why I put it that way. Let me go underground again. You can see why I put it this way because it'll clash going the other way. So that's kind of interesting. Can I put a path in network in here when I do my design work? And okay. Now what is the center? Is that the center? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the center is kind of there. Let me take my snapping points off. That's the center just there. There we go, a little like that. Now I can put in things like benches and seats in between this little gap here. And then what I can do is I can put a few stores in here. So maybe we can have a free and then maybe another free, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm thinking with that. So that's kind of cool. So next thing's next. Let's get these roads popping up out of here. Now let me judge this. So that's there. So I want them to kind of pop out, kind of come out around about here. Go back to the 3-lane one-way road, which is this one here. Go underground yet again. There you go. So that was a little tricky, but I worked it out. So placing this road here helped kind of get this kind of matched up in equal length. As you could see earlier, it was kind of at weird lengths for some strange reason. So let me see what we got going on. So we've got, okay. So we got a plaza here. So yeah, let's turn this into, like I said, an ornate kind of garden design. So yeah, because it's the Eiffel Tower, so it's got to have something kind of fancy. Let's put this road in here. And I know that's the wrong road, but it doesn't matter because we're going to change them around eventually. So yeah, that's okay. And then we can put that plaza in there, like that. There we go. It's looking a little bit like that, and it's looking pretty cool. Now, if I want to go completely OCD, you see you got a gap of 2. So if we put a gap of 2 here, how would that look? Would that mess up this road completely? Let's try. There we go, that's worked out perfectly. We got the gap of 2 and it kind of fitted in okay over there. Didn't encroach on this little area here, so that's pretty perfect. Let's put these roads back in. There you go, so that should please the OCD police, I guess. Well, let's delete you, I don't need you anymore. Perfect. Okay, so let's find a way of joining these roads into here. Oh, I didn't connect these. Let's do that right now. Like that, and like that. There we go. Didn't really detract too much from the original design. Okay, perfect. Now, how far down do I want to go with this road here? See if we can work something out. Put that on straight like that. About there, I think. Yeah, okay, yeah, I want to go there. So let's do that. There we go. Then I'm going to put a little road in here, like that. And one there like that. Okay, that matches up perfectly as it is, so that's kind of lucky. Let me change this to a big road. And do the same here. And delete that road there. That give me 2 odd nodes it has. Let's make that node tidy. There we go. Gonna bring that on there for a little while. Okay, now let's see if we can connect these into here. So I'm not too sure how we're gonna do this. Might be super ugly. Let's go straight for a little way. 120. 120, okay. And now let's see if we can join that into there. Yeah, that's looking okay. Yeah, I can put up with that. I can put up with that. Perfect. Okay, now we got all that. Let's make sure we got the roads going the right way around. Let me think. So it's one way here. You can go all the way around here. This is 2-way, obviously. And then we can have this as a 1-way road as well. So it kind of loops around, so it can go there. If you've made a mistake, you can go all the way around and go back in there. Or you can go all the way around here somehow and go back in that way. Not as complicated as it sounds. Delete that, delete that. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so it looks like that from above. So let's continue with the design that we got over here. There you go. So I'm going to try and do a kind of an arch kind of approach and to kind of mirror that kind of thing. So there you go. There's my final design. Now let's connect these subway stations. Now these are going to be kind of interesting. Actually, it's not my final design. I'm going to put a couple of extra streets around here maybe. Let me go on to my subways. This one here. Go underground, please. And put it on freeform. Like that. We're going to connect you into this line here. Like that. And then we're going to connect you right over here into this line here. So there we go, looks like that. So we're definitely going to have to rearrange all our transport lines, that kind of thing. Okay, now I'm going to do something a little extra. There we go, like that and like that. There we go. It's a little less ugly, but it's completely ugly, but it's functional. So what I want to do is have the kind of an interesting kind of take on having these lines. I'm going to have a line running in here. It's going to stop here, then it's going to come out of here, loop all the way in here, stop there, and it's going to go that way. It's a kind of convoluted way of doing things, but I think it'll work. I don't believe it, but I do think it'll work. Right, we got this looking absolutely spectacular. I did promise it's going to be kind of something ambitious and very tricky. I think I'm fulfilling my brief. There we go. A couple of little things we're going to do now. So let's get rid of this. Let's put a street, one with trees, please. Trees, please. I like the rhyme of that. Put you just there for now and hook you in like that. Delete that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put in a couple of little streets here just to add to more of the kind of zoning space that I can build on, that kind of thing. Just going to check the zoning on the street here. I think I've changed my mind. I want this to be zoned. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. To about there maybe. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It took me a long time to think about that, didn't it? Oh, so yeah, let's put in some, I don't know, service buildings. So yeah, we got to give them a couple of parks. Now we got somewhere for them to go for their leisure activities, tourism and all that. So let's go for a dog park, because I know that's, oh, here we go, instantly on there. Perfect. Now I know that's going to fit in there because that's tiny. I put that in there like that. Okay, that works. Can I put a path in there? Like that. There we go. Perfect. The perfect path. Let's see what else we got. Go for a fire depot. He says clicking on the wrong one yet again. And again. This one. Oh, look at that. You can see where you need to place them. No. Can't be dealing with that much jankiness. There we go. We got that. Now let's go for the medical center. I slip you in there. I can. Okay. How's it looking like there? We can cover that up with the trees and all that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stick with that. Now, what else we got? A police department. Let's put that in. Yeah, let's just put them all together like that. Why not? It's kind of an easy way, isn't it? An easy, cheesy way of doing it. And let's see, what else do we need? I'm thinking we put in a couple of more parks down here just to help with the land value. There we go. So we'll put those there for now. Provisory. I'll just put a little sneaky little path in here. That's not going to stay like that, because what we're going to do is we're going to eventually move the Statue of Liberty down here and move all these water pumps. So that's going to be part of the build. So temporary little measures there for the paving network. And this is another reason why I like these parks, because you can extend the paving networks like that. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, I think we're done for that. Let's put in a sneaky couple of schools. Put a provisory little road here. I think provisory has suddenly become my kind of key word or name to use. It's kind of weird how that's just popped into my vocab. So let's, can I sneak you in here somehow? I can. There we go. Not exactly the long and winding road. Definitely will never make a Beatles song. Okay, let's put in a couple of schools. How are we doing for schools anyway? Oh, our education is way down. Oh, Jiminy. Okay, and yeah, even the high schools are way down. What Put a little gap between there for detailing. That's a bit, yeah, this is, what we're going to call this, the mountainside schools or hillside schools. Then let's give them a path and take off all the snapping points. And then they can walk all the way to here, which is going to be residential. And maybe here. And maybe here. There. Yeah, maybe here. There you go. And that'll look real awesome when I put in some more detailing later on down the line. So yeah, I think we're done for that. So speaking of paths, let me put in a few more paths. So let me go for something kind of unusual. There we go, got there in the end, and look at that, it's taken away the, the support. It's kind of interesting, I like how that's done that. That's kind of crazy. That's looking a lot better than that ugly thing. But I can't do anything about that because we got to get clearance over these kind of tunnels here, which are kind of frustrating sometimes with the collision hitboxes. But yeah, there you go. I think we're okay with that. So yeah, that's going to be something kind of interesting later on down the line. I'm going to do a piece of detailing. But I think we're almost done. Is there any more paths I need to put down? I'm not too sure. Let's find out if I need to put any more paths down by doing the zoning. So let's see, what shall I zone first? So yeah, let's go for offices because it's still going to be part of that downtown kind of flavor. So all of these are going to be offices, I think. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Then, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, these are offices. Like that. There you go. These are going to be low density commercial buildings along here. Here we go. Now I can see where I can put a path. We can put a path in here. Make sure it's ground level. About there would be fine. Or there. I think there because you got 2 crosswalks that kind of match up. So that's kind of cool. And then we go back to the zoning. So all this is going to be office again. All of this. And then, I don't know. All of this can be office. All of this here up to there. Take away that. And then we're going to go for high density commercial here. And then office again, maybe. Then high density commercial all the way along here. That's what I'm thinking. And look, we got potential for a path just here. There you go. So let's see. What do we got left? What do we got left? So what we're going to do here, we're going to have 2 sets of 3 lower density commercial buildings. I might have to do a little piece of whack-a-mole to get that to work, but here we're going to have low density commercial buildings. Whatever these turn into, I don't mind. Although, do I mind? Got an idea. I've got an idea. It's when I made my Blackwood series, I think. Came up with this awesome design for buildings, so I'm going to do a lot of whack-a-moling over here. This will be office as well. Little area here. And here, these will both be offices. This will all be high density commercial. And here, I'm seeing path potential again. There you go. Happy with that. That's okay. I'm convincing myself it is, but I think it is. We'll put a path right here. There you go. Happy with that. And then we're going to fill all this in with high density commercial. And that's going to look like that. There we go. There we go. Happy with that. Let's carry on. So all this is going to be high density commercial. I'm going to cut this back a little bit so I can do some design work. Okay, like that. And then all this is going to be high density commercial. I'm thinking we are done for all the commercial and the office, and now we're going to go for high density residential, which is going to be all these buildings here. Going to be all these locations here. Let me have a think about this. Tell you what, I've changed my mind. I'm going to turn all these into residential as well. So there you go. Absolutely happy with that. Everything is zoned in like I wanted to. We got some path network set up for now. Shall I bring this down here? I'm not too sure. I'll just leave it like that. Although I don't know because I'm having them. Oh, this is a game changer. There we go. That looks a lot better. And then they got a kind of a back alleyway here with delivery trucks and things like that, and also people walking. So maybe I can come up with something kind of crazy with that. So that means we can put in some more high density commercial buildings here. Absolutely perfect. That's worked out really well. So there we go. Absolutely happy with that. We got our crazy, kind of ambitious, kind of very tricky downtown Eiffel Tower interchange. Maybe that's what I call it. Double check to make sure everything's zoned in. It is. Okay, so let's watch it all go in and see what happens from then on in. Okay, I think we're nearly done. Let me play again. I think this is going to be the last building. It is. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, this took an age, all the whack-a-mole, and let's make you historical straight away. I can't believe how long this took. I'm still waiting for this one to pop in. And here it comes. What's it going to be? It's going to be oh, it's perfect. I can't believe that. There we go. The wrong colors, but at least we got there in the end. Yeah, this took an absolute age, but I got to make sure all these are historical. Right, okay, there we go. We got that done. So yeah, it's apparently not enough educated workers, so I put another couple of schools in here, so hopefully that'll help with that problem. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Let it come out of here. So this is my final downtown design. And you can see everything's grown in really well. There you go, a bit of a kind of a high street on the hill, I guess. Yeah, this is looking good. The paths are functioning really well. Yep, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Lots of potential for a couple of paths and detailing and trees and things like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. This is okay. People going to school? They are. Look at that. So my main mission today was really to kind of get rid of that interchange, but change it up, but also kind of incorporate it as part of the Eiffel Tower design, which I think I've done successfully. I got enough functioning roads which are connecting here, and you can see here if they want to use these roads. They probably won't, or they will. I'm not too sure. So I think that's it. I think we'll call this an episode, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with a little piece of detailing. It's going to be putting down maybe a few paths and trees here, and more trees around here to cover up that area, and maybe around here. And then we'll turn this into some sort of ornate looking garden if I can. I'm kind of running out with different ideas of what to do with the vanilla assets, but knowing me, I would definitely come up with something different. I kind of do it every time, don't I? I always come up with something different and something new. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So there we go, everybody. So yeah, I'm going to slip into some highly ambitious detailing for this little area here, and then I'll get back to you at the end of all this. Okay, folks, we are nearly done. Can I slip another one under there? Just about. Yeah, jumpy camera. There we go. I think we're done. And this button here. There we go. Perfect. So as you can see, I placed a lot of trees around all my pathing networks, which are gleefully being used by all the pedestrians, the city folk. You can see there. And the other side. There you go. Absolutely busy. Although it doesn't look that busy, does it? But I'm going to say that's busy. And here they all come. There you go. So yeah, lots of detailing around my... What are we going to call this again? I can't remember. It's been, yeah, I did detailing about 3 days later, something like that. So what are we going to call this? I'm going to call this the Downtown Eiffel Tower Interchange. That's what I'm going to call this. So as you can see, lots and lots of lovely, lavishing, ornate detailing. So yeah, we just created this downtown Eiffel Tower kind of interchange, as you can see here. Keeping along with the flavor of the kind of downtown vibe that's going on here, which is why I've got all these kind of high-density buildings surrounding said Eiffel Tower. And importantly, I kept the view clear, so when you go down the roads, you can see the Eiffel Tower, which is pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, let's take a little look at the zoning, a few seconds on that, because you've probably seen it already. So just a reminder, lots of office buildings, high-density commercial, and then this all turned into high-density residential. Placed a few service buildings like schools and police departments and fire departments, that kind of thing. As you can see here, I filled up all the edges with these high-density offices. It kind of takes away the ugliness of what we've got behind here, which I've covered in trees as well. There we go. I did a traffic circle. Well, I detailed it. Looks like that. It's pretty cool. Obviously, I detailed the school. I think I showed a little piece of that on the time-lapse. That looks like that. What else did I do? Just a few trees around the pathing networks. I didn't do anything else out here because this is yet to be built on, but here you can see the streets, and these are just filled with trees, that kind of thing, and all the trees on the streets have been replaced with my own version, which is why they all look like that. It might be a little bit too much, but from a distance it looks just green and beautiful. And as you can see, a different version of tree on these ones here. So it's pretty cool. This is the finality of my whack-a-moling and my kind of unique bridge, which ends up in a park, and that is being used by a lot of people as well. See there? Pretty cool. And what else did we get done? Yeah, it's just a lot of ornate kind of park designing or decorating for my said Eiffel Tower. So as you can see here, and it mirrors on the other side. So this looks like that. There we go. Go, yet another design. I have no idea how I keep coming up with these new designs, but I've come up with another one. I've glitched a lot of these together, as you can see there. It's a new thing, which gives you these kind of 4 exits or entryways, which is why you got all that Z fighting. So don't look at it too close. And as you can see, it just carries on down there. And then over here is where I turned this into a kind of awesome little kind of garden, I guess. There we go. Sometimes simple is best, and I think that's kind of simple. And then obviously placing a few eateries and souvenir stands, is what I'm going to call these, around the Eiffel Tower. There you go. And then obviously over here, I've got my kind of subway plaza. Is that what it is? Subway plaza or something like that. There you go. And as you can see, I put in some temporary lines and stops, that kind of thing. And all the subways are functioning and working really well. And they're getting kind of busy. Although you wouldn't see it from here. And this one's working as well. There we go. And obviously, pay a little attention to detail. People have got to come and have a break during work. So yeah, a little attention to detail I always throw in there, even though people never see them. I guess it's just for me. So there you go. That looks like that. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, here we go. Look at that. Millions of people. Awesome. Okay, so there you go. So doesn't that look beautiful? I think I've come up with something kind of ambitious and kind of tricky, like I promised at the start of the video all those days ago. But yeah, it's pretty successful. And as you can see, there's not a spot of a traffic jam inside. This is all down to the amount of kind of entry and exit points I've put down here, because it is a kind of an interchange, really, predominantly, with an Eiffel Tower on top of it. And as you can see, there's no traffic problems. And they're using all the access and exit points, or shall I say tunnels. See there? They're even using that one once in a while. There we go. So I think we are just about done. In fact, we are done. So I think next week we're going to work on our old downtown, which is over here. And eventually we're going to do or finish off the beachfront. Might do that in one episode. See how I go with that. So yes, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the end of this series, I think. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it now. It was stressful to begin with because it was a challenge. And now I'm turning it into a stress-free environment of beauty, design, and wackiness. Okay, so I've got to go because I'm being called by the girls to help them draw Lilo and Stitch, that kind of thing. So in the meantime, everybody, hey, hello. So in the meantime, everybody, sincerely, take care of each other. Have a really nice day, and I will see y'all